Hello, welcome to JAMSports. I'm here with my lovely co-host, Jackpot. Jack, say hi.
Hello.
Hello. And
Hello.
we have some things going on. So we have a new
Ooh,
format
boy, do we.
that you'll get to see throughout the entire podcast. I'm very excited about. We get to go through more things. So, I don't know. Is there any opening remarks you want to say? No? Yes?
The Pittsburgh Pirates are undefeated.
the shithole of the MLB is finally not bad. One game into the season.
Yeah, I was going to say, it's one game against the Reds.
Alright, well, still, they're undefeated, so...
I'm riding on that high until I realize how awful it is.
What is the thing? World Series champs, Pittsburgh Pirates. Alright,
exactly.
Let's get into grading NFL teams!
We're up to the AFC South.
AFC South. I think we have, what? 4 more divisions after this? We have the NFC...
just 2. We have the Norths.
We've done the East. Oh, right. We did the East. We did the... we did the East in one thing, yeah.
I'm actually, accidentally revealing this live here instead of talking it over with you first, but we may have 2 guests for the AFC North episode.
Oh.
We're talking about the Stillers.
Oh.
Yes, sir.
Roommates. Correct?
Perhaps. And they were roommates.
Oh. Ooh. This is going to be fun.
Well,
I'm going to be a Ravens fan that day.
Oh, I am going to...
Oh, wait, Jack.
I know where you live.
Jack, I have something to send you.
Christ.
Just give me a second to find it. Just give me 1 sec.
In the meantime, we've finally worked our way up to the number 1 overall pick for the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Yes, we have.
Do you want to?
I
don't.
It is Trayvon Walker. Is that
What the fuck, man? What the fuck? How did this happen?
What?
It's been a year. I still don't know how this happened.
Trayvon Walker getting picked?
Yeah, what the fuck were they thinking?
Can this be seen by the stream? No, it can't. Alright, we're good. I'm just gonna... on the stream, we're gonna turn off the camera real quick. Hold up.
I'm letting you finish whatever you were doing there.
Can you watch the stream real quick? See if that camera... Is it
it's on a mega delay.
Yeah, is the thing off? Let me know if you can see it.
Dude. I just want to talk about the Jaguars.
I know, but is it off?
I don't know. The stream turned into a black screen for me just now.
Oh, okay, good. Yes, that's what. Okay, I'm sending you a picture. I want your reaction.
Oh, beautiful. Anyway, the Jaguars.
Jaguars. All right, Trayvon Walker, absolute dude. That's an F in my guy. I don't give a damn if you.
I gave it a C because he didn't suck, but Jesus Christ, you guys.
Bro, this pick was ass. Like, legitimately, what the fuck, man?
Anyway, Devin Lloyd, A. He's a good linebacker.
Devin Lloyd? Let's see the stats. He 3 interceptions, good. That is good. 2 fumble recoveries, also good. 115 tackles. That's good. Is he a linebacker? No. Yeah, he's a linebacker. Okay. Yeah. Let's check his snaps. Respectable snaps. Hey.
He also, I just want to put it out there that he would have had another interception if not for his teammate hitting Daniel Jones helmet to helmet on a play.
Damn.
Teammate
really sabotaged his ass.
For real. Luke Fortner in the 3rd round, center out of Kentucky. I gave it a B+. He wasn't great on his own, but for a 3rd rounder, I mean, a capable starter. You can't ask for that much more in the 3rd round.
Luke Fortner. Let me just check something.
Dude, do you want me to just...
He allowed 1 sack for penalty. I'm gonna give him a B. That's a good 1100 snaps, only four penalties and a sack allowed. That's a B plus range. That's very good actually. So solid dude.
Chad Muma, linebacker out of Wyoming.
Great name, by the way.
B. He was okay. Again, 3rd round. We're getting to the point of the draft where my grades go up.
So we got pass defend, 1.5 sacks, 47 tackles, 3 tackles for loss, 3 QB hits, along with him playing most of his snaps. Well, not most of his snaps, but majority of his snaps. He played the majority of snaps on special teams, but still had more snaps than defense. I'm gonna give that like a C. I don't know. I don't. I get special teams is important, but I also feel like it kind of like skews stats. So C. I don't know.
Yeah. All right. Snoop Connor, running back out of Ole Miss. I gave this one a C just because it was in the 5th round, but what were they thinking? I mean, the Jaguars, like, aside from ETN, they gave away James Robinson. Mm-hmm. They brought in what was the guy? Hasty?
Jermichael?
They had a few guys like get touches, and Connor was just never in that mix. Like he got a few carries, but he only appeared in like 8 games.
Yeah,
that's true. I don't really know what's going on there. Like if you draft a running back, you'd expect to rotate him in unless you have like a guy at number 1. And yes, ETN was pretty good this year, but like
yeah,
I don't know.
I'm gonna give him a C. Again, he's a 5th round. 5th rounder. And although he only played 38 snaps, it's still he made the roster, so that's good. But again, I get what you're saying. I don't know what they were really thinking.
Gregory Jr. in the 6th. He's a cornerback and the first player ever drafted out of his school.
What school is this?
I gave him a D. Now that we're in the 6th round, this is the only time that I've given someone past like the 4th a D, and it's because he got cut, but then he re-signed to the active roster in December and played in games. So like at 2/3 of an F, and then it becomes like a B+, right? So I think that averages out to a D because that's how math works in my head.
So actually his pick was actually traded for Gardner Minshew, fun fact. No, F. I don't.
I only give someone an F this late if they get cut and stay cut. I moved it up to a D because he actually signed to the active roster.
All right, F+ then, because like.
Okay.
Nah, fuck it. Nah, F. No. Dude played 23 snaps. No, fuck. And he got
He's
cut
a 6th rounder.
He got cut for majority of the year. F.
He's a 6th rounder.
I'm a dick. F.
Okay. Fine. 7th round.
Monteric Brown.
I gave him a C. He didn't play that much. But he didn't get cut, so not giving him lower than a C.
You know, he played more than the running back, and I get he plays defensive back, so he's not a running back, but like yeah.
Snoop Connor has a fun name though, so
C?
that counts
yeah,
for something.
I'd give him a C. Yeah. Oh, Snoop Connor's freaking dope though. It sounds like
Snoop
Dogg, which I like.
Overall?
But yeah, I'm gonna give him a C. Yeah.
Overall? For the class?
What did I give him? C+?
I gave him a B-.
Alright. Yeah,
That's because I really like Devin Lloyd. Like, that is... honestly, I mean, Fortner, actually, is pretty good. But to me, Devin Lloyd is the only, like, really good pick that they had. Although I really should count Fortner in there. He was a good pick for them.
I
But
really, what sucks is they picked Trayvon Walker, and he may be
yeah,
very
that
good in the
kills it for
future,
me.
but I just
You could
don't
have
think he
had
will.
anyone. They could have used anyone that was picked in that top 10, and they managed to pick the third best edge rusher.
Let me just name some players in the top 10. Let's actually go a little top 15, right?
Just go in order. Name all of them.
Aiden Hutchinson, Derek Stingley, Sauce Gardner, Kayvon Thibodeau, Ikem Ekwonu, Evan Neal, Drake London, Charles Cross, Garrett Wilson, Chris Olave, Jameson Williams, Jordan Davis, Kyle Hamilton, Jahan Dotson. Bro, no,
The only one in the top 15 I don't think I'd take over Walker would probably be the guys the Texans took. And probably Evan Neal.
Yeah. I only put Evan Neal in there because he has high upside. But so does Trayvon, but I don't know if we're going to get that high upside out of him. Well,
the thing with
Derek Stingley wasn't bad. He was okay. He just wasn't Sauce Gardner.
Yeah, well, he was the first corner off the board. We'll get to him. Are we getting to him next? Do you wanna hop over to the Texans then?
Let's get to him next.
Okay. Yeah, I gave him a C. I mean, he's not Sauce Gardner, and Sauce Gardner was on the board and was widely regarded to be a better prospect than Stingley. This was a pick that people were surprised at. Surprised that he went higher than Sauce. He also wasn't even the second best corner in the class. And yes, he got hurt. That doesn't help. But even when he did play, he wasn't, amazing. He was solid. I don't think he got properly recognized for how solid he was because he played for the Texans. But I can't sit here and act like he was even objectively that far above average for a corner. But he's a rookie, and that's to be expected. It's just at third overall, I want more, especially seeing, arguably a top corner in the league go, the next pick.
Yep. That makes sense. I'd agree. I'd probably have him to see. I don't know.
And then Kenyon Green.
I think he's good, but I think he just needs a little bit. He's not going to be a Sauce.
We'll see.
He can be very good in this league.
Well, we'll see also, because Sauce was definitely supposedly more of a finished project. Finished product. So it has the potential to turn it around. But Kenyon Green, 15th overall, guard, Texas A&M. I gave him a C+. It was a rough rookie year for him.
Dog had 12 penalties and 4 sacks and 823 snaps. See, I don't know how to grade linemen. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's hard because I don't watch the O-line and I don't watch the Texans in general because their organization is run by a bunch of buffoons. But love them now. D'Amico Ryans, I love you. But
for me, when you draft an interior lineman in the first round, especially in the top half of the first round, you don't just want right? Mm-hmm. If you draft a tackle, I think you're kind of okay because tackle is a lot more valuable. If you're drafting a guard, you want really good for it to be worth that pick.
Yeah. You
want your Quentin Nelsons of the world. I mean, even Linderbaum. We'll talk about him either next week or the week after in the AFC North. And yeah, he's a center. He probably could have played guard if he was asked to, but he went later in the first round and was actually a very good lineman. Whereas Green, I mean, you saw the potential, but he just wasn't.
Cole Strange is a guard?
Yeah.
Even
I don't know.
He was available, but I don't know if you'd take him over.
Well, Cole Strange, I think, was already called a reach at the time he went.
Oh, 100%. But
that would be like saying that the Texans should have taken Woolen instead of Stingley.
Bro, but like with hindsight, like
But even with hindsight,
with
no. The
hindsight,
Texans,
they should have.
no. In hindsight, no. They absolutely should not have. They should have taken Woolen in the fourth, right? Because
True.
the thing with the
You know
draft
what?
is
True.
you're playing the board the way that you think / know it's gonna fall. Who was it? Chip Kelly with the Eagles that tried to just draft who they thought was the best player regardless, and ended up with that guy out of like Louisville that like sucked ass.
Who?
Uh,
What draft is this?
2014, Marcus Smith, 26th
Who the
overall.
fuck is that?
Exactly.
Who?
But anyway, onwards.
Onwards. Next pick, Jalen Pitter. I don't know how to say
Safety out of Baylor. I gave him an A minus. He
Damn,
wasn't
5
incredible, and it's a high second round pick, but man, he was really good. Like if this
Yeah.
was later in the second round, it would be an easy A. Just because it's a safety, I didn't want to give it a full A, but maybe I should have.
Yeah, I'm actually gonna do what you should have done. I'm gonna give him a 5 picks, 8 passes defended, a fumble and a fumble recovery sack, 147.
I think he was the
tackles.
team's leading tackler.
Yeah, 147 tackles, played 93% on defense. Like, dude's a stud.
Yeah, I mean, I wanted him in the draft. I won't lie. But he was gone by the time the Giants would have gotten him. So tough. And then their next pick in the second round was John Mechie, who
Didn't something happen with him, right? Where he's not
so
able to
he
play
tore his
football?
ACL in college, which is
Yeah.
why he fell this far. He was arguably one of the better receivers in the draft class. And so I give this pick an A on the Texans side. It just turned out that after the draft he got diagnosed with cancer. And
That's
I
not good.
am not up to date on the latest with him, but I think he will be coming back and playing at some point soon.
Let me look it up. He's recovering from acute. Acute.
There is a chance he'll be ready for the off season.
He had leukemia. He had acute leukemia.
Yeah, cancer.
Shit. That's not good.
But it's the classic. It's a guy who's hurt, right? That falls a bit. The Texans are the perfect team to take a guy like this, where he is a super talented receiver that fell because of injury. Obviously, circumstances outside of his or the team's or anyone's control led to him not playing this year, but I'm still giving the pick an A for the process.
Yeah.
And I'm excited for him to come back.
I think, I'm gonna give this. I'd give it a C, but
I just don't grade it. He was out all year, right?
Yeah, but normally I give C's to people who didn't get a chance. But yeah, I won't grade this one.
Okay, Christian Harris. I gave him a B plus just because he played a lot. He wasn't particularly great, but at 75th overall, pick your battles. I don't know.
There's a C plus, B minus, in between there. C plus, minus. I don't know.
All right, Damian Pierce. I think this is a pretty easy A.
A.
Yeah.
A.
All right.
That's an A.
Thomas Booker.
Thomas Booker.
Defensive tackle out of Stanford. I gave it a C because he just didn't play that much. So not really a whole lot to grade him off of.
Let's see.
And it's late enough that. What?
Sorry, continue. Sorry, I interrupted.
It's late enough that I'm not gonna. If he made the team, then, who knows? Maybe he'll become something.
Played 31% of snaps, half a sack. Yeah, C. I don't know. Didn't get enough playing time.
All right, Tegan Catoriano.
Oh,
tight
that
end.
last name is nice.
I gave him a C plus because he didn't play a ton, but he wasn't awful when he did. He was a pretty solid tight end for them. Although, to be fair, I think the Texans would play anyone with a pulse at tight end. So I don't know how much that says about him.
So with the Jaguars, bro. The Jaguars gave Tim Tebow a shot 2 years ago. Like, what the fuck, man?
Yeah, but that's because Urban Meyer was the coach.
I know, but what the fuck?
I mean, they traded their former first-round pick for a tight end.
Fucking all right.
Anyway, Austin Deculus, he gets an A for being from LSU.
Hold up, dog.
Or a C for just not playing.
Hold up. Whoa, I didn't get my. Hold up. For Tegan. C plus. All right, now you can go.
I said what I said.
Wait, what'd you give me to LSU?
Gave him an A for going to LSU and a C for not playing like at all, except I think on some special teams blocking snaps.
So like a B average?
No, just a C. The A was not serious.
All right, well that's an F for going to LSU. No kidding.
No, I agree. They picked 2 players from LSU and they both kind of. Uh-oh.
That shit's in dog's cover.
Heard it here first. LSU produces bad football players. You can't name one good LSU football player.
Cut the stream, bro. We can't get getting killed by Dalton.
Overall, I give their draft a C+. It wasn't awful. They had some really good picks in there. I didn't actually factor the Mechie pick into my overall grade because that was kind of a like weird one. But you know, there was a lot of disappointment and some really nice picks. But overall, there's a reason that, even with 9 rookies, this team was ass cheeks. All right.
I'm gonna give it quickly a C plus. Yeah, I'm gonna agree with you on that.
Right.
And they're good picks, but overall, it's like not.
Colts or Titans? Take your pick.
The Titans.
Okay. Traylon Burks, 18th overall, receiver out of Arkansas. He's the A.J. Brown pick and was touted as a direct replacement for him.
Bro, I don't know what to give him. Like, I want to give him like an F because he was the A.J. Brown. They traded A.J. Brown for this fucking pick.
They traded A.J. Brown for a receiver on a rookie salary. They did not trade A.J. Brown because they thought they could directly replace his production.
I know.
That's an important distinction.
I know they didn't, but I don't like how they traded A.J. Brown. It's the fucking Eagles of all teams. What the fuck, man?
They released like a bunch of players, including a franchise cornerstone historically in Taylor Lewan, to get under the cap. Do you think if they paid A.J. Brown what he was demanding, they'd have survived?
No, I don't think they would.
Yeah.
So
that's the problem they were running into. Anyway, I gave Burks a B- because he got hurt, and I'm not going to hold that against him. When he was playing, he was actually like pretty nice.
Yeah, I'm gonna give him a B. Sorry.
No, he was just disappointing at first, but got better.
33 receptions, 444 yards, touchdown. That's not bad. What is that? Average of 40 yards. He had 40 yards a game, which again isn't good, but it's not like bad. But
all right, Roger McCreary, cornerback out of the only school in the SAC that's named Tigers. That's good. I gave him a B-.
That is a fact, bro. As an Auburn fan when I was a kid, yes.
He could be good. He kind of had a disappointing year 1, but I really liked him, and so I'm letting my bias show a little bit. But
84 tackles is DB. That's pretty good.
I think that he could figure it out year 2.
84 tackles is pretty good.
I also had to bump his grade up because he's from Auburn, and if you're a good school when your mascot is the Tigers, you get points. Anyway, speaking of awful schools, actually, Madden Ultimate Team legend, 69th overall.
What? Madden Ultimate? Excuse me, what?
He has a couple cards in Mutt.
Is he really?
Yeah.
I don't know the fuck this dude is.
Nicholas.
Nicholas Petit Frere.
I don't fucking know. I don't French. I ain't silencing shit. Shut up. I gave him a B plus because for a third rounder, he played a fair bit. He was solid. He got picked 69th, so that's bonus points. He went to Ohio State, so that takes away the bonus
Hold
points,
up.
so it evens out.
Up. So on Pro Football,
Yeah.
he plays tackle, right?
Yeah.
He plays on the offensive line.
Correct.
It has defensive stats up on his Pro Football.
Tough.
That's an A, bro. That's an easy A. Fuck, I feel bad for this dude.
How did I take their favorite words away? What did I do?
What?
What are they talking about in the chat? Did I do something?
What do you say?
I don't think I did anything. Did you change something in the chat?
I did not. What's going on?
Damn, that's crazy. Okay. Anyway.
What is going on? I'm scared.
Malik Willis, quarterback out of Liberty. I gave this pick an A because, he was talked. It's the same reason I gave other quarterback picks high grades. Yeah, he wasn't that good this year, but he also was the ultimate project quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
To get him late in the third round, for a guy that people were talking about going like to the Lions at 2, right? For someone who is crazy talented, even if he didn't have a good rookie year, I just think it's good value. You take the chance there. Pickett is better, absolutely, but Pickett also went in the first. I don't know about you, but
fuck
all right,
Malik
that's
Willis.
it. Dalton's
Dude's
pick
dog
now.
shit. No, I'm kidding. I think he has again. What was the main thing about him? He has a good, decent upside, and he's a very big project. So I think
Better than decent upside. He has all-time upside.
But time will tell.
But yeah.
Right?
And it is not looking good.
No, it is not. They need to get him some fucking health out there, man. Fucking shit. Alrighty. Hassan Haskins. Dalton, I will not help you. This is you brought this upon yourself, you guys. I can't do anything about it. Yo. Bro, your roommates are...
Alright. Hassan Haskins, 4th round running back out of Michigan. So I really liked him coming out, but I had to give him a C+ because he was behind Derrick Henry. So, like, the fuck is he gonna do?
Why the fuck did they draft this dude? Like, I guess because Derrick
Titans.
Henry just had a major injury, but, like, again, like, it's Derrick
Tennessee Titans.
Henry. It's Derrick Henry, though! Why are you
Why not?
C. Dude, I don't know what...
Yeah.
C. Fucking
Alright,
fuck.
Chig Okonkwo, tight end.
Who?
He came out as either a fullback or a tight end. They're using him as a tight end out of Maryland. I gave him an A. He started off really slow, but he's crazy talented, and he took off as a receiver. He was their best receiver in the tail end of the season. And I think going into next year has like serious fantasy hype as one of the best fantasy tight end options.
Ooh.
If you're looking for unsolicited, probably bad fantasy advice, but Okonkwo is a very talented individual. What?
I'm gonna draft him in the first round.
Yeah, draft him first overall. You won't. If anyone wants to join a league with Alex, let's start one so that he can do that. All right, Kyle Phillips in the 5th, receiver out of UCLA.
Give me honest, I have no clue who this dude is. This is a real dude.
He's named Kyle, so I have to give him an F. But in actuality, I give him a B+ because he got hurt. I think that's a key part of his season stats that you see. He played in like 4 games.
Got it. IR. Yep.
But I really liked him. A lot of people really liked him. He's like your prototypical white slot guy. But I thought he was better than a 5th round pick. And a lot of people thought he was better than a 5th round pick. And he's more talented than a 5th round pick. But, kind of a steal. Also got hurt, so I can't really rate him too high.
Yeah, I'm going to give him a C. Again. Only
Oh
played
my
4
god,
games.
he died.
Only played 4 games. Didn't really see much production, but I'm going to agree with Jack, even though I didn't watch him, that he was good when he was playing. All right.
Okay.
Next.
Theo Jackson. You'll never guess what grade I gave him.
Alright, sorry, copyright. Shit, hold up. No. Good.
F.
You cut?
He got cut.
F!
And he went to Tennessee. Fuck him.
What?
He went to Tennessee. SEC school that isn't LSU. Doesn't count. Awful.
And he signed with the fucking Vikings. This dude shit ass cheeks.
Although, actually, I think he was decent with the Vikings.
No, fuck this dude. You're
Dalton,
shit.
We agree 2% of the time. All right, and then Chance Campbell, finally, another SEC player, actually. But I didn't grade him because he was on
LSU. Sorry. Yo, wait, Dalton. I actually was an Auburn fan when I was younger.
That's tough. Anyway, overall, Titans B+.
What?
I gave the Titans a B+ overall.
Did bro even play?
Chance Campbell? No, I gave him I didn't grade him. He was on IR all
and
year.
your reserve. Cool. C+. I don't... C. F. Fuck it. F. No, I'm kidding. C. A whole lot of mid.
Fair. Valid. All right. Colts.
Alec Pierce, mid. No, I'm kidding. For a second rounder, who... B+?
Yeah, I gave him a B+ as well, actually.
Yeah, like, I'm gonna be honest.
He's gonna be their second receiver now that Paris Campbell is gone.
Who's first?
Already kind of was, because Campbell was better as a slot guy, but he is a very solid player.
Is
really
Pittman,
good counterpart to Pittman.
Pittman's the number one, though.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay.
Naturally.
He has a YouTube channel. You don't think he's a YouTuber? he's
all right.
He's actually not a football player. He just, bro. Michael Pittman is not actually a football player by heart. He's a football player because he wants to make money. He's actually a YouTuber. So.
Neato.
He's just.
I would love to hear your thoughts on Juju Smith-Schuster on another week.
He's a TikToker, and that is all. He is not.
Okay.
No.
Jelani Woods, tight end out of Virginia. This guy.
Holy shit.
What?
Yes. Sorry. Hold up. I have to. All right. Let's go.
This guy, I love him as a talent. He's like a receiver that's 6'7", basically.
Okay.
He's.
Wait, what?
Yeah. He plays. He's listed as a tight end, but like, he's an athletic freak.
Jesus, 6'7", 260. Oh!
I love the talent. He produced a little bit, but he didn't do that much this year, so I gave him a B+. But I mean, he was one of my prospect crushes last year just because he was a freak of nature in the best way.
Bro, 25 receptions, 312 yards for 3 touchdowns in 15 games, 2 starts. I mean, how many snaps did he play? 300. Dude, he played great. For 334 snaps. Yeah, that's a B+. That's a B+.
All right. Then Bernard Ryman, offensive tackle. I gave him a B+ because he played a lot and he played a hard position a lot. And he didn't do great, but he was pretty good for the draft slot.
He plays. Oh fuck! I don't know how to grade tackles. What'd you? I'll just give him what you gave him. I don't know how to.
Yeah, I gave him a B+.
Alright, B+, man. Fuck it. I don't know how to tackle.
Nick Cross, safety out of Maryland.
Oh, this is something I
gave him a D because he like didn't play much at all. But for a third rounder, ooh.
He had a forced fumble and a fumble recovery, if that means anything.
Neato.
Special teams merchant, C.
All right, Eric Johnson, defensive tackle. I gave him a C because he also didn't play terribly much, but he was a 5th rounder, so, better. Thoughts?
Sorry, I'm just laughing at your roommates.
I just want to get through the draft stuff.
All right, let's go. C. I don't see. D didn't play much. C. Andrew Ogletree. Is that? I like Ogletree's.
Who knows? Maybe. I didn't grade him because he tore his ACL, but.
No grade then. No grade for him. Curtis Brooks.
F. He got cut.
He got cut. Yes.
He got cut.
F, motherfucker, you dog shit. Signed to the Titans, though, which is actually I find funny.
Well, he signed there like to the practice squad and then to a futures deal, right? He didn't actually like play for them, or did he play for them for like a week?
He got signed to DL. It just says he got signed January 3rd.
Huh. Maybe he got signed for like the last week because I know he signed a reserve futures deal after the season, which is like the you'll show up to camp but probably won't make the roster deal. And then 7th round, last pick of the day for us, Rodney Thomas II.
Rodney Thomas,
safety
baby.
out of Yale.
A.
Easy. He's
That's
good.
easy. That's
Yeah,
easy.
he's
Like,
good, and he's a 7th rounder, like a late 7th rounder.
Bro has a long ass neck, bro. Joy Davis Mills and oh
Damn.
god. Join them.
Overall, I gave the Colts a C to put them as actually my worst draft class in the division. Ain't that something? Although I should have given them higher than that.
I'm gonna give them a C plus. Fuck it. I'm gonna give them a C plus. I'm gonna give them higher than I think that they had a decent draft.
C plus is accurate.
Overall, they had a decent draft.
I think they probably had a better draft than the Texans. Now that I look at it.
Yeah, they definitely did. All right.
Although they didn't take LSU players, so that does make their draft better.
That is true. That is very true.
Me waffling back and forth on whether or not to respect LSU.
Bro, you're a Pitt fan. You can't. No. No.
All right, shut the fuck up.
Alrighty.
Pitt, all-time team. Pitt could take on anyone.
Alabama.
All-time team. Absolutely. Pitt? You know how many Hall of Famers Pitt's had?
Bro, we're talking about Alabama.
Yeah. I didn't say they'd win 100 times out of 100, but they could take on anyone. You want to go up against, like, some of the best players at a lot of positions?
Miami?
Dude, you ain't getting shit on Revis.
You got Ed Reed, though.
Okay. I don't fucking care. You got Marino handing it to, like, Dorsett. You got Larry Fitzgerald, Mike Ditka. Grow up.
Bro.
Respect Andy Lee.
Bro, Michael Irvin. Who's guarding Michael Irvin and Andre Johnson and Reggie Wayne?
Darrell Revis.
He can't guard Jeremy Shockey, baby.
Jeremy Shockey.
You can't fucking say Warren Sapp. Ken Hendricks. Ray Lewis. Ed Reed. Frank Gore. Motherfucker, they have Frank Gore.
I implore you to look up the Pitt all-time team. That is all. Anyway, we are moving on from football.
Yes. So, this is the new thing in JAMSports podcast. We are covering all sports now.
Oh, we really should have been the whole time, but we just kind of...
We really should have. We just kind of put it off. So we have a new format. So, let's get into our racing segment, our motorsports segment, with Jack talking about NASCAR.
Well...
3, 2, 1, go.
The floor is mine. Wow. Funky, fresh. So, I actually want to ask you, first of all, you watched your first NASCAR
I did.
race
I
this
watched
weekend.
my first NASCAR
What did you
race.
think? What did you think?
I think I did enjoy it. Now, my favorite racer is obviously Kimi Räikkönen, as I am an F1 fan, even though I just became an F1 fan this year. But I do like Kimi. So, that's my favorite driver. The ending was great, except for the 15 overtimes that they had in a row, because motherfuckers couldn't stay from bumping into each other on the goddamn corners. That, they can go fuck themselves. But, overall, I thought it was a good race. I thought it was, entertaining. There were a lot of lead changes. I liked it. I liked it.
The chat should really sit down. They keep saying they won't stand. Like, no one's making you.
Bro, what are they talking about?
Tyler Reddick dominated. It was a was honestly one of the better NASCAR races I've seen as far as the actual racing. The overtimes were frustrating, but when entire tires fall off the car after contact, I mean, you can't not throw a caution. It was frustrating though. You had guys like Jenson Button. I mean, he physically was just not in good enough shape to race in a stock car. Because it's a whole different level of like heat and endurance stuff than an F1 car. Where I don't think he was prepared for the full extent of that. Like he had heat exhaustion. He had to park partway through the race. He had to keep getting fed like water and ice. But he said like that he was kind of surprised. He really liked his time. That the NASCAR drivers were a lot more on it than he thought they'd be based on the reputation, and that's pretty cool. You like to see things like that. The other series actually also, like, all the races this weekend were pretty good. So who knew NASCAR turning left is, for those of you that don't know, it's a thing they do a lot. I mean, turning right and left. Obviously they turn left a lot. It is a thing they do frequently, and they put on a very good show. I believe. Oh yeah, go for it. No,
I do want to tell your roommates, Dalton and Brett, there are no blocked words. You are capping out of your ass right now. There are no banned words. I literally just fucking checked. Continue.
Okay. The NASCAR series are headed, 2 of them to Richmond, which is boring as fuck. Would not suggest watching it. And then the trucks are headed to Texas, which is also boring as fuck. So this is not exactly a marquee weekend for NASCAR. But oh well. We do, not this coming weekend, but the weekend after, we get to go to Bristol Dirt. And if you've never seen dirt racing, you're in for a treat. It's a good time. And after that, we got Martinsville, which is short track racing. Like, we got to get through the ugly, but got some really good races coming up.
Let's go. Is that the NASCAR segment? Are we good with that?
Yes. I have no more to say.
Alright, so let's move on to my F1 segment. There is a race this weekend. It is in Australia, down under. Daniel Ricciardo is not racing, sadly, still, because he is the Red Bull third driver. If you need a recap, F1 has pretty much been Red Bull 1-2, with Alonso being third, and then like a mix between Ferrari and Mercedes being after that, with Stroll mixing in as well as the second Aston Martin. It really hasn't, it's as exciting as I wanted it to be. I would like some more variety in the top 3, but it is what it is. Red Bull has huge advantage because their car is obviously very good, so hopefully the other teams can close that gap as the season progresses. And Ferrari, after saying you're gonna have a competitive car again, fuck you. Your car is ass. Get off the damn track. Thank you for coming to my F1 segment. All
right. Very cool, very nice, very fun.
We now have Jack's MLB segment.
So, in earth-shattering news, the Pittsburgh Pirates are undefeated because they lucked into playing the Reds on opening day. And they played one of the ugliest games I've ever seen, where 3 of the Pirates' runs were scored on a pitcher who just could not throw a strike for his life. He walked in 2 runs and another scored on a wild pitch. It was pretty nasty. But let's see what else happened today. That game ended 5-4. David Bednar got his first save, first of many. The Pirates are World Series bound, for sure, definitely. The Yankees won their game, shutting out the Giants 5-0. Both starting pitchers in that game actually set franchise records for opening day strikeouts. Um, so both Garrett Cole and Logan Webb set opening day strikeout records. Aaron Judge hit the first home run of the MLB season in his first at bat of the season. So that, picking up right where he left off. Volpe walked and then stole a base in his first at bat. Let's see. The Braves beat the Nationals, but nobody could possibly care about that. The Orioles beat the Red Sox in what turned out to be a bit of a thriller. Typical Fenway weirdness where super high scoring game. The Cubs shut out the Brewers in what was kind of an upset because Corbin Burns got lit up a little bit. The Rays shut out the Tigers. That, I think, is perfectly expected. The Rangers came all the way back to beat the Phillies, who the Phillies killed Jacob deGrom, got him out of the game early, and then gave up like a 9-run inning. And the Rangers won the game. Which, goddamn. Yeah, they had a 9-run fourth inning. Other than that, I mean, nothing super notable. The big game right now is White Sox Astros on ESPN. The Astros just took a lead in that one in the 7th. And tonight we've got a few more games that I don't think people care too much about, if I'm being honest. I think White Sox Astros is the main one with any hype. But going into the season, I know you follow baseball so closely. Give me your World Series pick.
You know what? I'm gonna say this. I don't know. Alright, Mets. Mets is on what side of the thing? Mets are on the National League. I'm gonna go with Mets, and I'm gonna go with Yankees.
Okay. You want a Subway Series World Series? I'm here for it.
I do. Yeah, I'm gonna go Mets Yankees. I want the Yankees to succeed. I want the Mets to succeed. So yeah. Mets Yankees. And then
I'm gonna put it all on the line right now and say that the Dodgers are trading for Shohei Ohtani mid-season, which will propel them to winning their first legitimate World Series over the Toronto Blue Jays, so that they can shut everyone up about their Mickey Mouse ring.
So, how are they going to trade for Shohei?
Shohei is going to be a free agent after this season, and if the Angels are not in contention, it is very likely that they will trade Shohei away to someone. And the Dodgers have this knack of having both a ridiculously good team and a good farm system at all times. Mm-hmm. Like, they always have the prospects to trade for guys, and they certainly have the prospects to trade for guys right now. So if Shohei becomes available, as in if the Angels inevitably choke, and nearing the trade deadline, Shohei will more than likely be traded. Because for, one of the best players of our generation, I think you'd rather get something back for him than just letting him walk, especially when that something could be like an all-time trade return, even for just half a season of him.
That's true. Okay. I think that the Dodgers just suck, man. Like, why are they good every fucking year? What happened to the Giants? What the fuck happened? What?
They sold their soul for the devil magic like 2 years ago now, where literally that was the luckiest team of all time, as far as like every single player had a career season at the exact same time, and none of it was sustainable, but they managed to do it for a whole season, only for it to fall apart in the playoffs. Kind of predictably, the Braves won the World Series. At least it wasn't the Dodgers, I guess. And then the Giants reverted to what they should have been, except they kind of bought into the success thinking it was sustainable, but they also couldn't get a free agent to come to San Francisco to save their lives.
Wait, what?
They couldn't get someone to come to the Giants to save their lives. Arson Judge, Correa, although that was the Giants backing out of it, which obviously the Mets ended up doing the same thing. Rodon didn't want to come back. They were in on a couple other guys that obviously did not pan out, and so they got Michael Conforto. Tough.
And the San Francisco sports brings me inevitable pain. Except for the Warriors. The Warriors are somehow.
I was gonna say, surely he is not talking about the basketball team.
No. The Warriors are good, but they're mid-table now. But we still have a shot. We're getting hot at the right time.
Surely they haven't recently won a championship.
We might, dude. If we can get hot during the playoffs like we did last year, I think we might win another one. I'm just saying. Boy. Let's get on to soccer. Yay! All right, I'm gonna go quick over this because there was an international break, and so no games have been played since the 18th of March or whatever, 19th of March. So in the Prem, you have Arsenal at the top, Man City second by 8 points. Man United, Tottenham, and Newcastle all mixed in there together. They're 2 points apart, 3 points apart for third, fourth, and fifth. In relegation, West Ham, Bournemouth, Southampton, Leeds somehow scraped their way out of relegation, but they are damn not out of it. They are still in the. There's 8 teams in the relegation zone at this point. Either any of these teams could be gone, and that's Wolves, Leeds, Everton, Nottingham Forest, Leicester, West Ham, Bournemouth, and Southampton. I'm hoping Leeds doesn't because their owners or their minority owners are the Niners owners, so hopefully they don't get relegated. In La Liga, Barcelona is 12 points ahead on top. Real Madrid is in second. Then comes Atletico, Real Sociedad, and Real Betis, with Villarreal in sixth. And then relegation is Valencia, Almeria, and Elche. I think is how you say that. Elche. They're shit. They've scored 13 points. Their ass. In Bundesliga, it's really close actually. First and second are 1 point apart, with Dortmund at first and second Bayern. Union Berlin, I think everybody wants to win, but they have 48 points. They can still do it. There's a couple games left. Not a couple. There's a decent amount of games left. SC Freiburg is in fourth. RB Leipzig is in fifth, and Frankfurt. Frankfurt is in sixth on 40 points, but they are very close to Wolfsburg, Leverkusen, and Mainz. And then relegation, you have Schalke, I don't know, and Stuttgart with Hertha in apparently a relegation playoff. I don't know what that means, but go off, Queen. In Serie A, we have Napoli in first by a large margin. They have 71 points. The next has Lazio, who has 52. Inter Milan has 50 in third, and AC Milan has 48 in fourth. Rome was in fifth, and Atlantia is in sixth. Juventus, who used to be up there, is back in seventh. I'm pretty sure they did climb up a bit, but they are in seventh right now after getting a 15-point deduction. So, fun fact. With Verona, Sampdoria, and Cremonese, I think is how you say that, in 20th, 19th, and 18th. So, and then in League or Uber Eats Division 1, PSG is in first, Marseille is in second, Lens is in third, Monaco is in fourth, Rennes is in fifth. And then relegation is Auxerre. I don't know how to say that. Hopefully I said that right. Troyes. I don't fucking know. Ajaccio. Why are these names hard? And Angers, however you want to say it. They have literally 10 points, a negative 42 goal differential, and have lost their last 5, at least. So they are shit. There's your soccer.
All right. Well, do we have any requests from the chat of anything in the world of sports that they want covered?
Yep. Brett and Dalton.
If I see the word Tiananmen Square again, I will bring the entire CCP on your asses.
What is going on? What?
Don't ask me.
What are y'all saying? Why is there? Why are there monologues in the chat?
I just sing. Discuss George Pick. George Pick, good.
What?
George Pick.
Pickens?
George Pick.
Pickens?
George Pick.
I don't know who that is.
Did you know that George Pick is my phone background? It's a picture of when he scored in the Saints game that we were there for.
Why are the Braves going to the World Series? Dalton.
They're not. Next question.
They're not, Dalton. I don't watch baseball, and they're not. No.
Although they do have legendary pitcher Lucas Litke. So, maybe. Elite mop-up man. Dude, Kenny Pick? I love Kenny Pick. I am a diehard Kenny Pick enjoyer.
I'm assuming that's Kenny Pickett. And
the Pick brothers, Pickens. Kenny and George, are two of my favorite athletes. Like, deadass. I love them. And they will be Steelers for a long time.
Do I need to leave? Like, what? This is an inside joke. I don't know. Like, what's going on?
No, they're just asking about George Pick and Kenny Pick. You know who they are.
Why
the Mets are not the worst team in the league.
They're not. They actually... dude, I watched a video... shout out, I think it was Stark Raving Sports. Great.
Yeah, they're Mets fans.
Mets. What?
I think the context for that video that you may be missing is that they're Mets fans.
Yeah, he's a Mets fan. No, I know he's a Mets fan, but I just the way he just spun it just made it seem really cool. So shout out to him.
Steve Cohen is a great thing to happen for baseball. Unfortunately, the Mets as a franchise are cursed.
Yeah.
Like, all this talk about the Mets are no longer the Mets, but they've been saying the same shit for years. It's always that the Mets aren't the same old Mets. And then shit always happens.
In the playoffs.
You know, like they have this huge lead in the division and they manage to choke it to the Braves and lose in the wild card. Or they're already facing injuries because they built their entire team around an old-ass pitching staff.
Yeah.
And they're super injury prone in a lot of places.
Yeah, like didn't their pitcher get fucking injured by celebrating?
Well, yeah, that was Edwin Diaz in the WBC, but that's a freak thing. I'm pretty sure Verlander's already hurt.
What the fuck? All right.
Well, it's the Mets. It will always happen. They are the Mets. It is part of their existence as like the lovable loser little brother team.
Steve Cohen is great for baseball. The Mets are not.
Steve Cohen is objectively amazing for the sport of baseball.
Dude,
he is the best owner in sports.
Ton of money.
He is the best owner in sports. Specifically as a sports owner.
You're saying that Washington Commanders owner Dan Snyder isn't the best owner in sports?
Okay, hold on. I didn't say that.
They're asking weird questions. All right, let's answer some of these questions that they asked. Discuss Daniel Doan.
He's better than a lot of people think.
All right, next question from Dalton. That was Brett's question. Dalton asked, "Why are the Saints beating the Giants in the playoffs this year?" Dalton, you'll be lucky if your team sniffs the first overall pick. You're lucky if your team doesn't get absolutely bounced.
I think that both teams finish 8 and 9, and don't meet in the playoffs, but do meet at pick like, I don't know, 14 in the draft or whatever.
You don't
14 and 15
as well this year?
What?
You don't think the Giants are going to make the playoffs again?
They have a harder schedule, and they're... So I feel like I've talked about this a fair bit, but they had the second worst roster in football last year.
Yeah.
The kind of success they had is not sustainable in the way that it existed. So they vastly improved the roster. But the reality is, even if you get a repeat season out of Daniel Jones and the coaching staff, a few things falling different ways, and it's a 6-7 win team, right? You could also make the exact same argument that a few things fall a different ways and they're a 12-win team. But true talent-wise, they were not a 9-win, 10-win team. And that's bound to not just go back to where they should be expected to be, but you can probably expect them to underperform slightly in the second year. So I think their over-unders set to 8.5. And I think that that's a very solid over-under. I would probably take the over as a homer and the under on like I think they will win 7 or 8 games. Because it's not like they've fixed every hole on their roster.
That is true. They did have a lot of holes.
And they've created new holes where there weren't ones before. Just by not overpaying players to keep them that weren't good.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see what Dalton and Fred have been saying. Let's talk about the real important questions. How will you react when Mexico destroys the U.S. in their 2 upcoming games? What sport is this?
This is in soccer, and it is not happening, unfortunately. Mexico doesn't stand a chance.
Christian Pulisic is a goat, and he is going.
He sacrificed his balls for us.
He literally did. Like, let's be honest. Like the dude's up there with like Trey Turner and GOAT status in the U.S.
He's better than Trey Turner.
No, I know that, but what I'm saying is
no. I mean, as far as like GOAT status, like he absolutely is way above Trey Turner, even though Turner had a good WBC.
I mean, Turner, dude.
The U.S. was expected to go to the title game.
True.
The U.S. was not expected to draw against England.
That is true. Did he hit the Grand Slam?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Brett says, "Discuss why my life." Jesus. Discuss why my wife left me.
Because you're in a stream with 3 viewers telling Amanda to twerk.
What the fuck? What the fuck is going? What is going on?
All right, let's see. Steelers are a top 3 team with Matt Canada at head coach and Mason Rudolph at quarterback. I feel like that is a take that
should never be said again.
No, that's a take that certain people in Western Pennsylvania or West Virginia, but not in Pittsburgh, would have that opinion. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Because there's certain traits about like Mason Rudolph. He plays with grit. He plays the game the right way. You know what I mean? And Matt Canada, you know, he's just a likable coach. Yeah, according to these, I want to be absolutely clear that Mike Tomlin is one of the best head coaches ever, is ridiculously good at his job, and Matt Canada should have been fired before he ever got hired.
I have water now. I can drink water now.
Okay. Anything else?
Well, I just want to point out that Brett said, she took the kids. Daniel Doan is all I have.
Well, she took the kids because you were a danger to yourself and others with that weapon attached to your rear.
What's going on? Am I missing something? Am I missing something?
I'm having a normal one today. But Daniel Doan is also all I have left, unfortunately.
I'm scared for my life. Should I be scared?
So, Alex, after you end the stream, I want you to look up the song 4 Big Guys and play it. And then you will understand. But For the meantime, any final thoughts?
What? I don't think I want to do that. I don't think I do.
All right, any final thoughts?
Fuck the Cowboys.
Oh wait, hold on.
Hopefully F1 isn't
Actually,
this shit.
next week, AFC North.
Yeah, AFC North. We'll get your we'll get your roommates on the podcast. Yeah.
We'll have
AFC North.
expert live Steelers analysis.
So you said there's two? Two people?
Yeah, I mean, you know, you go watch Steelers game in person because one game is certainly enough to evaluate an entire draft class. Smiley
All right.
face, wink.
All right, so there we go. That is the podcast. Final remarks.
Yankees Pirates World Series. Bookmark it. I'm not just saying that because I want to be able to go to a Yankees World Series game.
Hopefully F1 isn't as shit as it was the past two games or races. All right. Anyway, bye everybody.